Did you know that 87% of golfers who get custom fit for their golf clubs lower their average score by at least 10%? My name's Lindsay, and I did my senior project on custom golf club fitting. So for my research paper, I did it on the importance of being fit for your golf clubs, and my 3 points are, everyone is different, your clubs need to match your biomechanics, and being fit makes golfing much easier and much more enjoyable. So for the first point, everyone is built differently. Some people are stronger than others, some way different, and some are different heights, along with the fact that everyone is also a different skill level. Everyone also has a different way of playing golf. So for example, I hit the golf ball very high, but some golfers hit the golf ball very low. And they need golf clubs. We need golf clubs to match the way we golf. That will fit us, and standard golf clubs won't do that correctly. So if I were given standard golf clubs, I'd hit the ball way too high. So that's why my golf clubs are built for me to hit them a lot lower. Next point. So point 2 is the biomechanics. You need to match your golf clubs, or your clubs need to match your biomechanics. So the bottom line is everyone has different biomechanics. So you can be the same weight and height as someone, but you have different biomechanics. And the biomechanics are the relationships between basically all your body parts and how they move and turn with you. So like your forearms, your elbows, your legs, your arms, your width versus your height, and also your natural hand positions. For example, I have very long arms and forearms. They're about 3 inches longer, my wingspan is, than my actual height. So normally it's kind of a disadvantage for me, but since I fit my golf clubs to be a flatter lie angle, I can take advantage of it and create a lot more speed. So if you can get fit for your biomechanics, it can be used as a very big advantage. Excellent. And then my third point is that golf becomes a lot more easier and enjoyable when you're fit. So it's an incredibly hard sport, and being fit gives you a lot of confidence when you're told that these are the right golf clubs for you, and you'll want to go play more and get better. And when it's easier and more fun, you'll just have more fun, and you'll keep getting better, and it's a snowball effect. Next slide. So for my project, I fit my friend for his clubs and also gave him lessons. That's my friend Tate right there. He's pretty much a beginner. He's been golfing a couple times. He already had a set of clubs. They were a hand-me-down from his dad. So I decided to fit his clubs for him and also give him some basic lessons to get him started. And my mentor was my dad. So he's a certified club builder, so he has a lot of experience in building clubs, and he had the right tools too, so he was a good mentor for me. So our first objective, I called it the initial diagnosis. So we went up to the Idaho Falls Country Club and we hit some golf balls, he did. And I looked at his divots, I looked at his swing, we took some videos and some pictures and gave him just some initial tips and some swing thoughts to work on. We weren't doing necessarily a whole lot of fitting at this point. I gave him a couple tips on alignment and also on his backswing. So the main issue with Tate was that he would take the club up very straight, and so that was our goal, to fix that. Then we also went to the putting green up there and we hit some putts, and I noticed that his putter was way too long for him, and the lie angle was also too upright, so we had to fix that. This took about 3 hours. The second part was to take measurements. So Tate came over to our house right here in the basement, and he hit some shots, and we used this foot spray right here. Will you click again? So he hit some shots right there. You click again. Took measurements of his forearms, just everything. Again, please. Okay, and we had him hit some shots. So I used the spray and we sprayed it on his club, and he hit some shots. And you can notice that he was hitting it very far out towards the toe. You want to be more right here. He was hitting it right there. And what that meant was that his club was too upright like that. And since the golf club has loft, it points it left, just like that. So he would miss it left when he caught it, and it was not good. You want to be flat and perfect. So we had to fix that. This took a couple hours too. We go next slide. And then the third part was the adjustments. So we got all the adjustments and what we need to do. So the next part was go to the shop. Did what we needed to do. This is me adjusting his irons, the lie angle on his irons. It was kind of difficult because his irons were made out of very hard metal. So yeah, we adjusted the lie angle, we regripped and cut down the driver, and we also adjusted the lie angle, cut down and regripped his putter. This took about 4 hours. When you go to the next slide. So this is me taking off the grip on his putter. That's me cutting it down. As you can see, I was kind of scared. There was a lot of sparks. That's me checking the alignment of his grip in the putter, and then that was me changing the lie angle on his putter. So we did a lot of work on his putter. You go next slide. And then I'm applying tape under the grip, and then this is me measuring out his driver. We had to cut down his driver 2 inches because since his arms were longer than he was tall, by about 1.5 inches, his hands are naturally very far down, just like me, so we had to cut it down. And then once we did that, we had to add I added some lead tape to the driver so that the weight would be compensated for cutting it off. And then that's me bending his irons again. Go next slide. So then we went back to the course, see how his clubs would fit, and to just fine tune his swing and teach him how to play golf, teach him the rules, how to keep score. This took about 4 hours, so I was teaching him how to putt right here. Will you go next slide? Will you play? Sorry. Okay, so this was his takeaway. It's still very tall and upright. Look to the next one. So what we worked on is getting it more at an angle like that. And I also he tends to aim left because he misses to the right, so I was trying to help him with his alignment too, to aim more right so it would go left. So then we went and played on the course, and as you can see, it was a lot better. It was even more flat and laid off than we wanted it to be, so that was good. Next one. So then I was teaching him how to keep score, and yeah, basically I was just showing him how to keep score for others too. How you have to keep not just your own score, but your playing partner's score. Yeah, we click the next one. And then this I was showing him how to read putts. So basically I was telling him where to aim and if the greens are rolling, how to aim there and hit the putt. Yeah, basically just teaching him how to play golf. And yeah, this took about 4 hours. Next slide. Any questions? Yeah.
So I've heard a thing called soccer golf. Can those two things be on the same course?
Sometimes they are, but in normal golf, not really. Yes, go ahead.
Why do you put tape under the grip?
Under the grip. So the grip, if you were just to put it on, when you're swinging, you're putting a lot of force on the glove, and it would just fall right off. So the grip is really sticky, and you actually put liquid solvent on it too to really emulsify it together and stick there.
Do you think it would be harder to fit a beginner or an expert player?
It depends. I feel like fitting a beginner, you would see more results. But then again, it would also be a little harder to see. Like for Tate, it was kind of hard to see exactly what his pattern was, just because he doesn't hit a lot of golf balls. Whereas like an expert, they're pretty fine-tuned with their swing. They hit the same shots. But I don't think fitting an expert they would notice a whole lot of difference. And just like that stat where it's like 87% of golfers that are fit, if a 20 handicap is fit and say that shaves off 10%, that's 2 strokes. But if a 1 handicap and he shaves off 10%, that's 0.1 strokes. So you're not really seeing difference. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
So what were some of the challenges when you're teaching someone how to play golf?
It's difficult just because it's so hard, and the hardest part too, it's something called feel versus real. So like with Tate, how he took it up really straight, and I kept saying, man, you gotta get it back, you gotta get it back. He would try as hard as he can and it would still be pretty straight. It's just so hard to actually, because it just feels so uncomfortable. So it's really hard, and it takes a lot of practice and a lot of work and a lot of time too, which sometimes they don't have that drive.
Awesome.
Anything else?